Good evening. It's kind of late, but I've had such a busy day, but it's a yak day on the phone all day long. And I wanted to talk about my feeling of dread. I was so sick all week last week, and when I would go to sleep at night, I could just feel the pressure of death pushing on my chest. It's not the first time this has happened to me. And I'm sure it won't be the last time. And I'm very sure one day it'll be the real deal. Because I think most people do die at night. I'm not sure. I'll have to do research on that and find out. But that is my feeling. And the thing about it, when I feel this dread of death, I'm close. I'm very close to death. This time, I guess that's my fault. I did not see my insulin bottle was empty. And I was getting my 5 units in the morning, in the night, and I'm giving me my units. And I was giving myself an empty shot. And I was having a hard time. Why is my blood sugar so high? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And it's true. Sometimes I do have a glass of milk. And it tastes so good. Getting ready to go to bed in a minute. I mean, sometimes I'll wake up and I'll have this feeling of death lurking at over my bed. One time I woke up, he was there, and I felt so weak and everything. I got up, I tested my sugar, it was 50. And when I got the shot in my foot from my heel spur, he was back. And I got up, the steroid shot had drove my sugar overboard. I stood by my bed because I have the refrigerator right by my bed. So my shots are right there. When I get up in the morning, when I go to bed at night, I can take care of every little detail I need to take care of. I stood there, and I knew my son was in the next room. I knew it. But I didn't have the voice to holler, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble. And I eventually did get the shot to lower my blood sugar, but it was so difficult. It was so hard. And there was another time I had a UTI, and I don't know why. Doctors have to give people with diabetes horse pills. Well, she gave me a horse pill, and I think I'd taken 1 or 2 of them. And here's the dread of death just coming over me. My son was in the next room, but I didn't call him because I knew I had to go to the hospital. I knew that he didn't have a driver's license, and I knew the police always patrolled, and I didn't need him to get my car repossessed. So I called my daughter to take me to the hospital, and she was very hesitant. She didn't realize how close to death I am. I am a big non-believer of hospitals and doctors. I don't have faith in them. Horse pills and shots in your foot and giving you medicine they know that's not good for you, and they take no consideration of your underlying health conditions. It's like pharmaceutical says, if they have that, give it to them, it doesn't matter. They're stupid. These stupid people will take any pill you give them. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Sometimes I over-medicate myself, sometimes I under-medicate myself. And this time I under-medicated myself because my eyes, if you watch my last video, I says I was trying to do the reading, and I said I can't see. I couldn't read the book. I was really amazed that my reading came out so good. I had made my notes, everything. I had everything down perfect. I had it to the T, and I couldn't see what I was doing. But I did it. If death comes to me in a dream, I take it very serious. Very serious. One time when I was living in New Orleans, Mitchell was in the hospital, and I had gone home to take a nap. And I woke up because he was choking. And I went to the hospital. The nurse had put an ace bandage around his neck, and he was choking. And then another time, I had a dream about this person coming down the hill and stabbing me. And then this again was in New Orleans, and this is when I worked in the Athens bar. And I went into the Athens bar with Mitchell, and this lady of the night, she wanted to know what I was doing with her man. It wasn't her man, I'm sorry. It was my man. And she tried to stab me. Instead, she stabbed my man. You shouldn't have screwed around on me. You know? That's one of the consequences of being unfaithful. Because I learned from being a barmaid, you don't mess with another woman's trick. And it seems that Mitchell was her trick. Twice I saw possibility of death with him. When I was married to Bob, I had dreams, and they were beautiful dreams, but they were warning of death. One, I was living in Hotto, Oklahoma, and I was in a building that I could not get out of, but this building provided me everything that I needed, everything that I wanted. I couldn't want for anything, but what I did want, I wanted the man that was walking on the sidewalk in this beautiful paradise. And when I would leave the house to go to this paradise to meet him, all I would find was red clay and a cliff falling down to nothing. I couldn't get to him. And after that dream, he went to Cancers of America, I believe it was in Illinois. He said it was a beautiful place. But when he came home, they had given him so much treatment, it accelerated his cancer. And then I dreamed that he was laying on the floor. And I would go to my church members. I'm saying I have these dreams. They're just dreams. Don't worry about it. They're just dreams. I know they're not dreams because I've had dreams like this all my life. And I have seen things before they happen too. It's not something I like, but it's something that I have the ability to do. And anyway, one morning I woke up, he was laying on the floor. It was his birthday. And we had to go get his cancer treatment and all of that stuff. And he was snoring. And he had his pants half pulled up. He just fell over. And so I called the police, and Billy came in, and then Billy shooed me out of the kitchen. He says, looking into his eyes, he's not coming back. And he didn't. But the thing about it is I had the vision and I knew that it was happening. I knew it was going to happen. And God was so gracious that I remember that Bob and I were talking one day, and Bob says, "Are you coming to my funeral?" And I go, "No, I'm not coming to your funeral. I don't go to funerals. It's not out of disrespect to the person who died. It's just, I can't handle it, you know." And I know good and well there's a heaven. And I know that our body dies, but our spirit does not die. I know these things. And I says, "But I promise you this, I will hold your hand till your last breath." Not only God was gracious in his visions and telling me how to take care of my dying husband, but he was gracious enough to allow me to hold Bob's hand until he took his last breath. And maybe it sounds funny, but you know, when I think about my Bob and his last days, I smile and I feel joy in my heart because I knew what was coming and I could accept it. And I know I'm not feeling that joy today, but because I'm having problems, because death was at my door again today. He's, in the past 2 years, I think he's been at my door 5 times. And by the grace of God, one time I woke up, it was like water was just pouring out of my chest. When I'm not supposed to wake up, when I'm supposed to just pass into that diabetic coma or whatever, I wake up. I can hardly move, but I wake up. It's not my time to go. But then I worry, here I am all alone. You know, and you know, that really shouldn't bother me either. It shouldn't bother me, because if I wasn't all alone, then I would be burdening somebody else. And when God takes my hand and calls me to heaven, what difference does it make if I'm alone? What difference if it does make if they don't find me for a month? What difference does it make? I'm in the hands of my Lord, and I am happy. But when I have this dread of death pushing on my shoulders, down on my shoulders, over my chest at night, I go, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. And I get up in the morning and I say, thank you, Lord, I've lived again. I'm alive, and I appreciate every step of my life. You know, God tells us things, and we need to listen to him. Okay? I would be very pleased if y'all would subscribe to my channel and share it and like it. If I bore you, just take the little button and push it all the way over to the side. That's what I do for people when I get bored with their video, because they worked hard to do it. They have a tale to tell, you know? So what if you don't like what they say? Just take it over there, push the like. You don't have to push the subscribe because you don't like them. You don't want them coming back, that's for sure. But anyway, this is my video for tonight. I'll be hopefully not so tired tomorrow. And I think I got a nurse coming to take care of me. That would be excellent. And I wish all your dreams to come true. And I hope all your hopes are fulfilled too. Wishes and dreams. Love you. Good night.